All right, you guys, thanks for hanging tight. And as you can see, I'm back. I got these nice and moistened up with some RO water, so they've been cleaned up. And as you can see, I'm no longer getting that little debris falling off. Earlier, I showed you how I put this part of the filter together all in at once, but you can actually do this. This is how you would do it when you're doing maintenance. You turn off the water, you know, you want to pull it out. So in this case, we're going to put it in here and we're going to hear that click I was mentioning to you about. So apparently I'm struggling here a little bit. Question is why? All right, I see why. All right, so we got that float in there. What I was doing, I was mistakenly getting this little part here in the groove, getting stuck where it actually holds the little tray to the filter in. So that's installed properly. And remember, the Bio Max goes in the front. So you could put that in there just like that and push that in there. And the charcoal goes in the back. I'm sure there's a lot of different methods of what to put in here. If you desire to customize a little bit, maybe you just want to do the Biomax, maybe you just want to do the charcoal, maybe you don't want to do these at all. But what I figured out, this worked out perfectly fine the way they designed it and what is available to it. And so this is how you put it together. Next, let's go install it in the aquarium. Let's go do that next. All right, you guys, the reason we purchased this AC20 is because we have this 14-gallon tank here. It's cube, and it's our hospital tank. I guess you would call it our Get Better tank, hospital tank. But just to give you an idea how this is installed, as you notice, it goes right on top real easily. Now what I want to do, since I was able to install it on top, just make sure everything stayed in the same plate. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. When I installed it, I pushed this little tube out a little bit, and it wasn't sitting just right down there, right? So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to view it from the side, in the back, and make sure that I have this just tilted up a little bit forward. Like I was mentioning, I want this water to flow, come here a little bit, not too extreme, but just enough to push the water, help it to go this way. So it's not tilted back. And again, you don't want that water or this filter tilted back because you don't want the water to get plugged up and flow out of it. So I'm going to do that next. I'll jump off to the side. Excuse me here. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. And I'm just going to check. Remember, I have that little level part in the back. Here we are. And actually, that first setting was just perfect. It's tilted forward just a little bit, almost flush. So I'm going to leave it there. Next thing we got to do is actually prime it. The very first thing I want to do is fill it up with this tank water as much as possible from its own tank. Get it up as high as possible in this filter. Let's go ahead and do that next. And the reason we want to do that is because when we plug this in, we don't want this filter running dry. Never want to run a filter dry because you might burn up the filter, or debris can get in there and cause friction and cause issues later on. Even if it doesn't cause an issue immediately, it can cause an issue down the road. So let's go ahead and do that next. I'm going to push pause, come back to you so we can do that. All right, you guys, we're back, and I went ahead and picked up this old container of bug bites I keep around for different uses. In this case, I'm going to fill it up and prime that filter. So I'm going to pull this glass back, or the lid, a little bit and fill it up. So here we go. Kind of a boring step of the process, but definitely exciting all the way around. I'm going to fill it up all the way to the top, and then we're going to plug it in. All right, we're almost there. You'll see where it gets to the top, and a little bit of water will flow out just like that. All right, looks like we're set. I'm going to push pause, and then I'm going to go connect. Well, let's go ahead and connect it live while we're here. Thanks for being patient, you guys, and waiting for us doing this. All right, you guys. Fortunately for us, we have a slot and our little outlet plug over here, so it's now connected. Sometimes when they're fresh, brand new, you have to wait a little bit for the water to siphon up, or should I say it gets drawn up from the tank through the pump, and you'll see it go up into this tube and then flow into this area over here. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me push pause and let me show you the actual step what it does. Because when I disconnect it, this water is going to go right back down. So you can see it's flowing nicely right now. I'm going to disconnect it. It's going to stop it, and that water is going to go back down. Give me a second, push pause so I can show you a close-up. All right, you guys, here we are where the filter's at. I'm going to go ahead and turn the light on so you can see what I was talking about. So we have the water up to the top already, and this tube is going to start to suck up water and pull it this way downwards, and it's going to fill the canister over here, or the filter, and then it's going to start to overflow this way. So let's go ahead and plug it in. All right, there it goes. It'll slowly rise. All right, there you are, you guys. That's it. And remember, this plus or minus I mentioned to you earlier. So here's a plus and here's a minus. That's for the flow of the water. So I can turn this off to the right. You saw how that flow went down, and I'll move it over to the left, and that flow will increase, right? Initially for the startup, I like to have it at full power. I want to be able to clean this water up as much as I can over the next few hours, and then I might dial it back down depending on how the fish is acting with this water flow. But I already know that this pretty little cichlid that I have in here, he's a beauty. He's been in here because he was getting beat up by his tank mates. I had poor guy's hiding. I'll show him to you in a little bit. I'm going to put this lid back on and everything. And final piece of this thing is this, the lid, right? All right, let's get that on there. It should go on there real easily, just like that. And there you are, guys. If you guys bought the AC20, the 30, the 50, the 70, or the 110, congratulations, you guys. And make sure you fill out their registration form, get that full 5-year warranty. I'm sure they're going to be sending you out a lot of messages about all the new products they have, but that's okay, right? You want to know what's up and coming, what's out on the market now. And yep, even our little guys, they all eat this bug bites. All right, you guys, let's see if I can get the Electric Blue Acara to show off for us. He's hiding right now in his cave, so I'm gonna turn off the light. Maybe that won't spook him, but you can see him. There he is, poking his head out. Hey, mister. He was real beat up. He's in a tank with 2 males and 1 female, and the male and female decided to pair up, and they were tearing his fins apart. So I decided to take him out, put him in this quarantine or hospital tank, which I have ready to go at all times. You can see I have this filter here, but I felt like he needed this proper filter for him. And he'll come out in a little bit. He's a little shy right now, but he's a really happy fish, and he healed up. We ended up using a little bit of Melafix for him, and that cured him up real quick. In about a week, he grew back all his fins, nice and healthy. We're trying to avoid getting any fungus growing on him. So in any case, you guys, this is the unboxing of the AC20 and install, and it will be the same for the AC30, 50, 70, and so on, all up to 110. Let me show you what the 50 looks like on our grow out.